Good evening and welcome to another installment of High School Volleyball on the ISC Sports Network. Tonight we come to you from Case Arena at Frankfort High School, home of the Hot Dogs, who have a record of 2-8. They will face off against the Tri-West Bruins, who are 9-0 and ranked 5th in Class 3A. Along with Gene Kesterson, I'm John Herrick. Thanks for joining us here on this beautiful Wednesday night. Gene, let's start with Tri-West. Really good season for them so far. They've only had one match where they had to play more than 3 sets. That was against Bishop Chatard. Aside from that, it's been 3-0, 3-0 in just about every single match. What is dangerous about this Tri-West team?
Dangerous. I watched them warm up. It looks like they have weapons in all areas. I mean, they're serving aggressive. Their setter's location is very good. And they have some kids that can bang on the ball. So I did watch Chatard and Cathedral play last night, and Chatard has some nice players. I'm anxious to see them. Maybe we can see them a little bit later. They're Worthing Arena in November. Who knows?
That's where the high school volleyball state finals culminate every year. This Frankfort Hot Dog team struggling out of the gate, 2-8. But again, this is a conference matchup. They're playing at home. What has to go right for them in order for them to have a chance in this one? Reduce
their errors. A lot of teams at the beginning of the season, they're missing too many serves. The connection with the setter and the hitter, attacker's not there a lot. So just reduce your errors. Control the controllables, which means control the free ball pass you get, control the down ball, and if you don't have a healthy swing, take a shot and try to find holes.
Well, there haven't been a whole lot of issues with these two teams involving COVID, but still this year we were talking before we came on the air about how COVID is definitely impacting high school and collegiate volleyball. Players are having to be out for quarantine reasons and things like that. If you are a volleyball team and you're dealing with that, how does that affect your rotation?
The rotation is everyone needs to be ready to play. Mm-hmm. Everyone needs to go, this is my last match. Someone said have senior night early because you don't know, and you want to recognize and honor your seniors. But everyone needs to step up. If you're the last person usually off the bench, you're playing far left bench and right bench, as we used to call it, you need to be ready because your turn might come, and the team needs you to play well.
It is Tri-West and Frankfort. Let's get you the starting lineups. First for Frankfort, they are going with Erica Pillion, a senior, 4 feet 11 inches tall. Morgan Adamson, a senior, who's 5'7". Macy Sterrett, a junior, who's 5'4". Erica Stevenson, a junior, who's 5'5". Amber Houchin, a senior, who's 5'11". Isabella Colby, a senior, who's also 5'11". And Sadie Toney is the libero, a sophomore, who is 5'2". The head coach for Frankfort is Kia Rushton, assisted by Macy Matthews, Brittany Shoemaker, and Madison Toney. For Tri-West, their starting lineup is Ashlyn DeBello, a senior, McKenna Hagmeyer, also a senior, Lindsay Springer, a senior as well, Lainey Milborn, a junior, Becca Van Slyke, a senior, Danny Gabriel, a sophomore, Ella Patterson is a junior, and Hagmeyer is the libero. The head coach for Tri-West is Suzanne Maston, assisted by Megan Spoonemore, and the freshman coach is Jolie Owens. Frankfort is in the blue jerseys on your screen. Tri-West in the dark blue with the maroon numbers and letters, and Frankfort won the toss. They will be serving first. Erica Pillion sends it over, and we are underway from Case Arena in Frankfort.
Okay, a little miscommunication on that one. The first ball came over. The other team was ready to set the offense up, and one of the players just got in the way of it. So just communications, this early jitters. This is an incredible place to play. I'm in awe of this arena.
Is this your first time here?
No, because I think I came up to watch Connie Garrett's team play.
Well, I'll be honest, it's my first team here, and I'm very impressed with the facilities. And Tri-West responds right back with a point of their own.
Again, hitting shots, not making mistakes, just find the hole. A lot of good teams aren't going to just pound the ball all the time. In fact, the women's Olympic team tip in some of the sets that end up winning a gold medal.
McKenna Hagmeyer back to serve for Tri-West. Again, wearing the different jersey, indicating that she is libero. Was that touched? I guess it was. It was touched by Morgan Adamson, so point for Tri-West. Again,
nice serving. They did that in the warm-up. They were serving aggressive with speed, which is popular. I mean, not popular. That's what you do. You serve them as hard as you can, fast as you can, and having that actually was a nice pass.
Tri-West with adequate time to set up. Sadie Toney dug it out for Frankfort. Leads to a point for the Hot Dogs.
And I like the response from the hot dog. I can't believe I'm saying that, from Frankfurt side. They just looked and they all cheered for another person's play. They just kept the ball alive. And in fact, the setter, lefty, went on a 2-hit attack when the ball was close. So I thought that was something a little bit unusual with the rhythm.
Coach Suzanne Maston for Tri-West at the bottom of your screen to your right there was having a chat with the official. And service goes back to Frankfort. Tara Martinez, senior outside hitter, doing the honors for the Hot Dogs.
Okay, touch off the block, stay. Okay, that was good effort for that ball. They didn't get it this time, but the next time, at least they made an effort for that one. So setter for Tri-West is in the front line. So let's see what type of offense they run with 2 hitters.
Serving for Tri-West, Danny Gabriel.
Okay.
And that's a service error, which ties it up for Frankfort at 3. Now, in the JV matches prior to this one, those were dominant performances for Tri-West. They won both of those to win this best of 3. So to see the varsity hanging tough early has got to be great to feel for this Frankfort program. And I think that was touched out. Yeah, but a good hit by Ella Patterson.
It probably was going out. There was no touch on the block with that one. But again, I think they're just feeling each other out a little bit. I'm sure either team's controlling it right now.
Ella Patterson to serve. There's Patterson getting it back. Leaves it up top for Springer.
Good.
And that is a kill for Ava Keck.
That was a nice, healthy swing. Good setter. Setter got to the ball quickly. Good location on that set. That's what setters want to do. Locate so the hitter can just take a swing, not have to worry about, do I have to change my arm swing?
Patterson serving again.
That's a great serve.
And what a response at the net by Becca Van Slyke.
That was good. You just got to be ready for that overpass. But the serve was low to the net, which is kind of hard. Is it going to hit the net or not? So there's an anticipation on the receiving side.
Patterson hits it across, and it was Sydney Whitaker who tried to hit it back over, ends up hitting it out of play, and another point for Tri-West, and 5 straight points for Tri-West now, where Patterson has been the server.
They did change serve-receive pattern. They pulled the players out that's having a little trouble, and they just changed rotation. They changed how they're going to receive serve. Okay.
That might be a net violation.
It is on the block, kind of batted at the ball as the ball crossed.
Leads to another point for Tri-West as they now lead 8-3. 5 unanswered by the Bruins. Patterson again. Try to keep it in play. Hit over by Tara Martinez. Good block at the net. Sent back over by Martinez again. Ava Keck tries to get it over. Longest rally of the first set so far. And a whistle.
That was a double contact. Ball kind of spun in her hands a little bit. That was a nice rally. Both sides are starting to get the rhythm of the game. So hopefully you see a bunch of it. Bunch more.
Patterson will serve again. It's 9-3 Tri-West. Pillion was there, hits it high up in the air. Starrett has to track it down, and Frankfort hits it out of play, leading to another Tri-West point. So Tri-West was being pushed by Frankfort early in this one, but then Tri-West scored 7 in a row, causing Frankfort to go to our first timeout. We'll let you know that tonight's broadcast brought to you in part by Endeavor Communications. Endeavor Communications offers a variety of internet speeds that fits your family or business needs. Surf the internet faster than ever before with internet speeds up to a gig. Contact them at weendeavor.com for more information. So, along with Gene Kesterson, I'm John Herrick. It's high school volleyball on the ISC Sports Network and the Hot Dog Network as well. So, what is Frankfort, Gene, saying in the huddle? How do they get out of this funk they're in right now?
Okay, they need to, again, I'm going to see if they change their serve-receive. They went back to the original serve-receive pattern just to show something different. They need to track it. They need to see the velocity of the server's hand. And is it going fast? This is a low serve and fast, so you need to make an adjustment quickly. And that wasn't it.
Yeah.
Okay. But one thing they need to do is one thing they could do is start from the outside and then squeeze in. And we always try to show something different. If that server's going on a run, we're going to go to the sidelines, we're going to have someone deep and have them come up just so they see something different. But she's there we go.
And you could tell, fired up after that. Nice hit back over for the point. Morgan Adamson ends the Tri-West run. They had scored 8 in a row until Frankfort converts that time. Now, Frankfort, I noticed on defense, Gene, was they had 2 players up near the net, 3 back in the middle. I mean, do you think they might bring more players up to the net later? What kind of adjustments do you see?
Well, you can only bring 3 people at the net.
Yeah.
But
they only had 2, though. So.
Well, that's okay. And it might be that person, it's a short outside. They may not be blocking. They might be blocking across the net with 2, which is perfect. We had to do that a couple times when we had a short setter. And 4 contacts on that side. So it does happen. I'm working with another coach in Michigan, tutoring her or mentoring her, and she's going to be doing that, working with 2 blockers that just kind of rove, find the big hitter, and then the defense is going to have to pick up something. That's a great serve.
Adamson has really been a big part of Frankfort's team, really all throughout her career as a senior, and she's 5'7", so you know she's got good height, and she, of course, got that big kill that ended that Tri-West run. Now Frankfort has scored 3 in a row. Bruins come up with a response right here, though, with the kill by Becca Van Slyke.
That was a nice slide, nice set, location, 1 blocker. I think Tri-West can get hit against any 1 blocker scenario. But just the backcourt needs to be a lot more aggressive and go, I can get to any ball, I can get an arm out on the ball, just get it up.
Kate Eastman serving for Tri-West.
Okay.
Well done at the net there by Macy Sterrett. Bruins get another point.
A little frustrated. That one could have been a roll shot, something a little bit different. The big block was ahead of her.
Eastman serving again. Adamson tracks it down.
There we go.
But defensively, Eastman comes over.
Go.
And it goes off of the chest of Tara Martinez for a Tri-West point.
Can you hear him coaching over here? Go.
Yeah.
So I need to be quiet on that.
No, that's okay.
I'm not used to be on this there. But they're so close. They're just like a little step away, Frankfort is, about making a play. They're just so close. Okay, in system. Okay.
Well, right idea. Just hit it right towards the net.
Yep. She's a little bit farther off the net. And those are hard to do from that one. If you're in transition, that would probably work a little bit easier in serve receive than serve receive.
Eastman with another serve. Adamson sets up Sterrett. Tri-West gets it back over, but
it's out of bounds.
Hit the net and went out.
It's out of bounds here. Yeah, it looks like they're just playing a perimeter type defense here, Frankfort. So that offside blocker, the one playing outside and the left side, they haven't set the behind a lot. So she's just coming over to pick up the tips.
Tri-West responds right here, though, making it 16-7, and going back to serve is Lindsay Springer.
The biggest difference is the ball control. Okay, you see a lot more perfect passes from Tri-West than from Frankfort at the present time. But again, I've been coaching a long time, and that could change by the time this set's over.
Drop shot works there for Danny Gabriel, sophomore for Tri-West.
That was nice. Found the holes. They're ready for her to bang. There's a hole in the block, and just find the hole.
Springer with the serve again. Adamson tries to set it up for Sterrett, and that leads to a Frankfort point.
A little back row action. Pass me a good ball. I'm going to set you so you can get a kill. That's kind of reward system. Pass it well, I'll set you.
Frankfort's got 6 seniors on their team, 3 juniors, 1 sophomore, and also 4 freshmen. Not a whole lot different makeup for Tri-West. 5 seniors, 2 juniors, 3 sophomores, and 3 freshmen.
The biggest difference I'm seeing, just the height that they have at the net. Right now they're just playing their middle blocker that it's going to go block all across the net. So they're going to pull off both wing hitters for Frankfort and let their middles just kind of go across the net and block.
Isabella Colby couldn't quite get it over the net for Frankfort. Leads to another Tri-West point, and they send back Ashlyn DeBello to serve, one of the 5 Tri-West seniors. Sterrett comes up to get it, but sent right back over. Tony hits it, tries to get it back over, and unfortunately for her, Tri-West gathers in their 19th point of set 1, leading by 11.
Although the libero took the ball, the ball was completely below the top of the net. Otherwise, that would have been an illegal attack.
That one hit hard, and a kill for Lenny Brahman, sophomore for Tri-West.
That's a great pass set. I mean, the combination worked very well. Tri-West is in rhythm. This game is, if you're out of rhythm, you're out of system, and it's just hard to run an offense.
What do you have to do to be in system?
Pass the ball. See,
simple enough.
Yeah. I mean, Frankfurt setter is receiving the ball about the 10-foot line or maybe the 12-foot line. You just eliminated the big girl that's blocking across the net, so which might be one of your better hitters. I don't know. And see, the pass right there was just a little bit out of system, but they were able to push 3 to the middle.
Fight at the nets. Tony gets it back over, but waiting for it, McKenna Hagmeyer. Tony tries to set up Adamson and does. Another long rally. Makes things difficult for Elle Patterson, leads to a Frankfort point. So Frankfort was there, Gene, to respond to every one of Tri-West's attacks.
I know. See, it's a rhythm thing, and it's a rotation too. Who's up in the front row for each side? So who's going to dominate the net? Every time they rotate, it changes. In high school, they typically rotate, I think, 18 times, which means some people are going to go through more than twice, if that makes sense. So,
yep.
But this game is not. They're going to rotate a little bit more.
Erica Pillion was the server for Frankfort. Sterrett hit it hard, but was a little behind it, so ended up hitting it backwards and out of play. Tri-West 21, Frankfort 9. And that sends back Tri-West's McKenna Hagmeyer, their libero, one of their 5 seniors. And they also bring in Becca Van Slyke back into the rotation as she comes up towards the net. And that is a service ace for Hagmeyer.
It looks like Frankfurt's having a little trouble with the quick serve. I mean, the speed of the serve. Mm-hmm. So they need to watch the arm, the contact of the ball, and then move in the line because it's not a spin, it's not rotating, it's not really a float that much. So just get there. Now, another thing they could do is identify. We have what's called diagonal lines. So if she's serving from this side, okay, it's going to be. See, they rotated again. So no, they did. So the person in the middle would have the short right and then the deep left. So there's lines that you would take. Another thing that we would do with our bro, we would just go, okay, you're in the different color jersey. You play 60% of the court. It's you get it, and if it comes to one person, you just pass it. So we have one person taking majority of it. We have another person taking the other, and the third only if it hits you.
It is set point for Tri-West. And well executed by Elle Patterson to deliver the win for Tri-West in set 1. They take it 25-9. Back in a moment with set number 2 between Tri-West and Frankfort in just a moment on the ISC Sports Network.
You're very good with this. Did that go out?
I brought you a present. A book.
Follow the adventures of the Ardente Dental team as they fight cavities, gum disease, and create beautiful, healthy smiles.
Inconceivable!
Hello, my name is Dr. Snyder. You cause cavities.
Prepare to die.
Inconceivable!
To make your smile look straight and fine, our braces per month are just $1.99.
Inconceivable!
You keep using that word, I do not think it means what you think it means.
Have fun at Ardente Dental.
It's time to supercharge your internet with ridiculous speeds up to 1 gig from Endeavor. Get ready for high gear downloads that power buffer-free streaming, gaming, sharing, and surfing. And fire up all your devices at once with reliable speeds amplified by the latest Wi-Fi equipment. Get on the fast track to a powerful online experience. Contact Endeavor and supercharge your internet today.
Defining Looks is a full-service wig and hair salon. We offer shampoo, cut, color, and styling for wigs and hair. Whether your situation is medical or cosmetic, our goal is to help you every step of the way in this emotional process. Let Defining Looks help you create your signature look. Schedule a consultation at defininglooks.com. Defining Looks, located on Sagamore Parkway North, next to Home Depot.
Set 1 went to Tri-West, 25-9. We come to you live from Case Arena, home of the Frankfort Hot Dogs, along with Gene Kesterson and the rest of our fantastic crew on the Hot Dog Network and the ISC Sports Network. I am John Herrick. Thank you for joining us for some high school volleyball on Wednesday night. Frankfort 2-8, trying to get things turned around here, but up against a very good Tri-West team who is 9-0 and ranked 5th in Class 3A. The rest of the rankings, Penn is considered to be the best team in the state, at least in overall rankings, with a 14-0 record in Class 4A, followed up by Yorktown, who is 11-2. Fishers, who is 9-1 in 4A. Bishop Dwenger is 4th overall, considered to be that, 9-1 as well. And then McCutcheon, Hamilton Southeastern. So, Gene, you've coached volleyball for a long time in and around the great state of Indiana. Those seem familiar names to you for volleyball?
Yes. Yes. If you're looking at the long-term career, one of them that used to come up is the Frankfort Hot Dog is Connie Garrett. She's a legend.
Right.
She was my hero when I first started coaching. I'm being serious. She was so kind to me.
Right.
And her teams were classy, good sports, and they played incredible volleyball. So they were what every team. So, yes,
Yorktown's always in the mix. Muncie's a hotbed for volleyball. All the schools in that area seem to play really well.
I'm saying that Yorktown, I was trying to say that they lost to Hamilton Southeastern in 5, but all the scores were like 29-27, 25-23, 15 whatever.
Yeah.
And it took forever. You know, I went to the Cathedral Chatard game, got home, and they were still playing. Yeah.
But that means you're playing some good volleyball here.
It was incredible volleyball.
And Tri-West off to a great start in this one, leading 2-0, thanks to 2 service aces for Elle Patterson. Now remember, she went, I think it was 8 in a row. Tri-West had 8 points in a row in set 1 where she was serving. And they're already off to a 2-0 advantage here in set 2.
Okay, just keep the ball in play. That's all that Frankfort's trying to do there. The middle had a nice penetrating block on that.
Patterson tracks it down on the back line. Fight at the net, knocked back over by Isabella Colby. Dug out, then sent back over by Keck, and we got another nice rally going between these two. And Frankfort wins that, and look how fired up they are, Gene.
Yes.
What does a point like that do for a team?
It's typically worth about 2 more points. In volleyball, you try to get 3. If you can earn 3 series of 3 points, you're 60% chance of winning.
Tara Martinez serving for Frankfort.
Okay.
And kill for Tri-West's Ava Keck.
She just hit it right through the seam. I mean, the block didn't close it, but that was a nice, healthy swing.
McKenna Hagmeyer back to serve for Tri-West. Sadie Toney calls out for it. Hit back over by Keck. And that's a point for the Tri-West Bruins.
That's a nice shot. It's hard to hit that line.
Yeah, that looked like a missile coming off of her hand.
Speaking of missiles, the whole difference of a game, I said passing is the serving. Tri-West is just serving. Of course, that was a little easier, but serving aggressively, and they're hitting targets. There's the coach on the side telling them where to serve because they're tracking where they who's passing poorly, and they just go after them.
Mm-hmm. Ava Keck gets another kill for the Tri-West Bruins, and back to serve again, the libero, McKenna Hagmeyer. Is there an area on the court, Gene, where you try to serve, or does it depend on the defense? How does that work?
Well, actually, college coaches say you can serve between 1 and 2 because that's going to score a lot of points. But we would try to serve to the weakest passer. If they're all good, we would serve between lanes. There are certain kids that couldn't move to the right very well, so we would try to serve. We would have it scouted down that much. Mm-hmm. At the end of the season, beginning of the season, no. But at the end of the season, we knew who was good at moving to the left or moving to the right.
Ava Keck's been busy on that left side for Tri-West.
That was good. That's good. That was very good.
Good response by Martinez. Sets up Tony, the libero for Frankfort, who hits it over. Tri-West tries to conjure up a response, but a good block at the net by Adamson. Another nice rally going until it's ended by Ava Keck. I would imagine that, you coaches probably send out maybe one of your assistants to scout teams, and you got probably a chart that you're...
Well, when we go, now they just do huddle, and it takes everything down. All this is done with huddle, and they break everything down. Yeah, I would go, and Coach Lau would chart where they hit and everything, and then another coach would go, here's your serve-receive pattern. I would go to watch the coach and see what was the tipping point for the coach. What was the one that hot button that got them going? And that would help us. If Sally gets a bad pass all the time, coach goes crazy, we're going to serve Sally, hit the Sally a lot. Sorry, Sally.
Service ace for McKenna Hagmeyer. Might go to a timeout. Yep, we will. Another one called here by Frankfort as they find themselves in a 9-1 hole. Tonight's broadcast brought to you in part by Defining Looks Wig, Hair, and Nail Salon, where they can assist you with a wig for your hair loss needs due to COVID-19, any medical conditions such as cancer or age-related thinning hair. They're also certified in toppers, wigs for kids and children with hair loss. Find them at defininglooks.com or on Facebook and Instagram, located at 311 Sagamore Parkway North in Lafayette. Timeouts, I've noticed, Gene, are very important in volleyball. I especially at the state finals, I've seen momentum swing just off of timeouts. And in order for Frankfort to do that and get back into this set, what do they have to do this time?
Well, one thing I would do if I were the coach, I go, we're going to score some points. Let's do this. Don't worry about the score. Where you're getting beat or if you're ahead that much, the score doesn't matter at all. Here's what we're going to try to earn 3 points in a row, or we're going to try to stop their outside hitter by doing this block with block. And defense, we're going to shift, and which means other parts of the court. So we're going to try to improve our side of the court. If they score points, right now they're scoring points. Right now, Tri-West is a better team, but that doesn't mean that end of the season that Frankfort can't have a good season.
Seems to me like it's the old adage of, here's what we're going to do. We're going to focus on ourselves. Score takes care of itself later.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And right now, this is still early, somewhat early in the season. We're still early in September. It's where you're going to be later.
Sydney Whitaker in to serve for Frankfort. And that one hit hard by Lainey Milborn for the kill for Tri-West. Makes it 10-2, Bruins.
Get just one blocker up, and she just kind of turned, thumb went up a little bit, and cut it back to an empty area in the court.
Lindsay Springer serving for Tri-West. Adamson's got it. Setting it up for Sterrett. Sterrett with a nice drop shot. Blocked there at the net, and double hit. Point for Frankfort.
That's very good. The block stayed. They were disciplined and stayed and waited and see if they were going to attack the ball over. So that was very good.
Nice crowd here on this Wednesday night. Case Arena. I'm told this is a very fun place to be for a high school basketball sectional. Of course, there's so many great gyms in Indiana. This is just one of one of them. 2 nice levels to it as well.
And 3 if you want to climb a staircase.
Well, yeah, 3 for us.
Rapunzel.
The winding staircase, yes.
But this is incredible. I'm a little jealous that Frankfort has this wonderful studio up here, this, where they can do all these games.
Serving for Tri-West, Ashlyn DeBello.
Okay.
Battle at the net. Yeah, ball just landed in a tough spot. Adamson didn't really have much of a play on it. Tried to, but came down for a Tri-West point.
I think their platform on their passing needs to be make sure they bring the ball back to the passing target.
DeBello.
Or,
that time a service error.
Or maybe just pass the ball a little bit higher if your platform's there. Platform meaning your arm contact.
AC Starrett comes back in to serve. Looks like Justine Thomas.
Okay.
Comes on for Frankfort, and there's a service error by Starrett. So back-to-back service errors, one by each team as they trade points, and Tri-West lead is 9.
Actually, that happened in the Olympics, men and women. The men game, if you don't serve aggressively, they're going to hit someone in the head because they're just going to receive serve and then bounce it. In the women's game, well, it's the same thing because they're playing 8 inches lower net. So the serve is changing how we play the game. There's more pressure on the serve than just getting it in play.
Kate Eastman, the server for Tri-West. Hit back over by Emma Pillion for Frankfort. And that one just hit hard by Elle Patterson. And Elle just seems to me here, Gene, Elle Patterson just seems to be the catalyst for Tri-West right now.
You think? No, she's doing an incredible job. She's seeing the block and hit around the block. I mean, she had to make an adjustment. That play not necessarily with the other play. She made an adjustment where the blocker was.
Looks like she's most comfortable on that left side of the floor where she hits that one here, but a little too hard as that one sails out, giving Frankfort their 5th point of set 2. And back in for Tri-West, McKenna Hagmeyer. Frankfort, I think, trying to figure out their substitution pattern here. They are bringing back in Isabella Colby, or at least she's standing ready. Referees trying to...
She was playing front row, and they subbed her for service, I believe, and so that's why she's coming back in. That's why they had to make a sub, because Libro was playing that position.
And that is Sadie Toney serving, and she gets a service ace, which makes her a very happy sophomore. She is actually the only sophomore on the varsity roster. There is one on the junior varsity roster. That time she didn't put enough on it.
Well, she rushed it a little bit. She was taking a step to play her position. What we coach is you serve. We practice serving and then run to your position. Don't run and serve at the same time.
With it back to Tri-West. Danny Gabriel now serving. Set up Patterson here, and she, a little bit of a deception there, Gene. Acted like she was going to hit it hard and then ends up with that little drop over the net.
Absolutely, because they've been banging balls in deep, and so she faked that and tipped right where the left back, that's almost an open area. For that, you have the double block. The other person needs to respect that sharp angle attack.
Well, it was 9-1 Tri-West, and then Frankfort ended that 7-0 run and scored 2 in a row, but now Tri-West has pulled away here as they lead by 9, but Frankfort just got a much-needed point. And they bring back in Erica Pillion, one of their 6 seniors, who will serve for the Hot Dogs.
Okay, brushed it a little bit. It looks as if Tri-West, the last few attacks that have gone long, their arm swing is a little bit slower than it was when they're aggressively attacking it. So the slow arm swing is not putting the ball down. You don't have the wrist snap through it.
Elle Patterson serving. Starrett got it across. Patterson tracks it down and it hit the basketball goal. So good effort by her, but it goes out.
That was good effort.
Even if Frankfort doesn't win this set, Gene, you got to like the way they've responded since
Absolutely.
that timeout.
Absolutely. I mean, they're still hustling stuff. They're playing different. They're tipping. They're finding different angles. That one was a great serve. And look what happened there. Out.
Out. Yep. Tara Martinez, by the way, was the server on that point for Frankfort, so she'll get it back again.
Okay, so what we would say, okay, you got one, you earn one because of the block, and that set everything up. Let's see if we can get two more.
Patterson gets it on that back line. Martinez comes up to pop it, and then ball just kind of rolled towards the net, not really allowing Tri-West to have much of a play on it. Isabella Colby did all she could, but it's a point for Tri-West as they now double up Frankfort 18-9.
Yes, that was tough, but she was there playing the ball, being aggressive with it, so you got to like that part. If you're losing, still be aggressive. Apologize.
No, you're fine. McKenna Hagmeyer serving for Tri-West. And she tried to dive and get that defensively, just a tad late.
Okay, that type of defense, especially if you're playing a perimeter defense, you just have to roll it in the middle. In fact, that happened to the women's U.S. team. They just kept tipping, so they had to change. So it happens at all levels.
In the Sagamore Conference, Tri-West is at the top with a 3-0 conference record. As that one sails wide, another point for Frankfort. Then after that, Western Boone, 2-0 in the conference. Crawfordsville and Frankfort, both 1-0. Danville, Lebanon, and Southmont all winless at 0-2, and then 0-3 for Southmont. So this would be a really big conference win for Frankfort. But, you know, it was 9-1 Tri-West, so Frankfort has played them even ever since that timeout, 10-10. Tri-West, though, 6 points away from a set victory. Good serve across there by Lindsey Springer for Tri-West, and Springer goes down to get it on the back line. Sterrett keeps it alive for Frankfort, tries to hit it across, block at the net, point Tri-West.
It looks as if Tri-West is trying to go, it's to quicken their offense. Their passing's a little bit lower than it was the first set. The sets are maybe a 2 tempo, maybe pushing a 1 tempo, which is quick.
Springer serves again. Sent back over by Isabella Colby. Smashed by Danny Gabriel, and the kill goes to Tri-West.
That's a great shot. Hit the line on that one. That's a tough shot.
Service ace.
Okay, then that was a floater, and the ball floats up. In an arena like this, a round of arena, that ball can move up and down. A Worthing Arena, the ball does come up on you a little bit quicker. If you're on one side, I won't tell you what side, but on one side the ball goes right at you, and the other side you have to push harder to get some movement on the ball.
What's the reason for that? Is it just
air currents?
Okay.
The air currents. Wait, I'm so old. Market Square Arena, when we played there, one side was curtained off and the other side was open kind of area. It was like you have to serve harder. You have because the ball would just die. Carmel's another school that happens, where the teams go in. Good.
Frankfort again with another response, and they're just battling back here, Gene, just chipping away 1 point at a time.
That's exciting because that was a back row attack against a 3 blocker. They had triple block against her, and she still was able to use the block.
One kept alive by Springer. Point for Frankfort.
Sutter's doing a wonderful job for Frankfort.
Morgan Adamson.
Oh
is
my
the
gosh,
server.
her serve is aggressive. She's getting to a lot of balls. She's getting a lot of steps in, and she has an ace right there with the short serve. She doesn't quit. When your setter doesn't quit on you, when your quarterback of your football team doesn't quit, that's a great scenario to be in.
This is 4 in a row by Frankfort. Patterson retrieves that. Adamson with a nice defensive play, setting up Sterrett. There's Patterson on the back line. hit hard by Laney Milborn, but that goes out. Point for the Hot Dogs.
There we go. Control your controls. Control your passes. Have an aggressive serve. That's exactly what Frankfort's doing right now.
Morgan Adamson's 5'7", and that ball hits the net and is still in play, has to be played. Patterson with the response there by Martinez. Tracked down again. And Gabriel bats it back over for Tri-West. Adamson comes up. Another nice rally going. And that one off of Frankfort's.
But still, I'm seeing better transition from Frankfort. They're getting off the net. They're defensively moving around so they line up around the block. So, if they look at the score, if they're looking, they're not supposed to, but if they do, they're like, okay, we're in this.
Maddie Pearson just checked in for Tri-West. Al Patterson out there as well. Ashlyn DeBello serves.
Good.
And nice hit by Ashlyn DeBello. Hit it right into the back. And it's set point.
Yeah. Frankfort was all up covering the hitter, for the block coverage, and then, again, the ball popped up, so no one home.
DeBello tries to put an end to this one. Martinez got it on the back line. Setting up Emma Pillion, who does get credit for the point. Frankfort hanging tough again. Looks like Macy Sterrett will serve this time, and they are bringing back in Justine Thomas for Frankfort. She just comes in off that substitution. Macy's serve goes right to McKenna Hagmeyer. Patterson, that one blocked, but it goes out of bounds. And good play by Amber Houchin, or good attempt anyway, but it goes out of play. Point and set two to Tri-West, 25-17. They take a 2-0 lead. Back for set 3 when we return in just a moment on the ISC Sports Network and the Hot Dog Network.
Food, shelter, fast Wi-Fi. It's all we really need. Good thing Endeavor has the fast, reliable internet it takes to power all the Wi-Fi hungry gadgets in your home. All at once. With speeds up to 10 gig, get smooth HD streaming video, gaming, music, and surfing, all with no waiting, no buffering, no kidding. Call or click WeEndeavor.com and upgrade to Indiana's fastest internet today.
Finding affordable, quality reproductive health care isn't always easy. Did you know that there is now a family planning and reproductive health clinic in our area that is income-based? Services include Pap tests, breast cancer screenings, pregnancy tests, sexually transmitted infection and HIV testing, same-day birth control placement, filled prescriptions, and free condoms. Services are on an income-based sliding scale. Visit 1234 Rossville Avenue or call 659-6063 for more information or to schedule an appointment. For the ultimate Wi-Fi experience, you need a managed Wi-Fi service with advanced Blast Wi-Fi. Blast Wi-Fi systems provide ultimate coverage, ultimate performance, and ultimate power all the time. Available from Mulberry Telecommunications, Blast Wi-Fi systems feature the latest Wi-Fi 6 technology and are equipped with unrivaled bandwidth and 4 times more simultaneous connections, so you can connect tons of devices throughout your home with no lag and no downtime. Plus, with 24/7 support and remote troubleshooting, you can rest assured that Mulberry Telecommunications is always here to help you should any issues arise. It's the ultimate Wi-Fi experience, and it's a blast. Blast Wi-Fi is now included with Mulberry Telecommunications fiber internet packages. Contact Mulberry Telecommunications at 296-2885 today to get started.
2-0 lead for Tri-West over Frankfort. Tonight's broadcast brought to you in part by the Healthy Communities of Clinton County Coalition. They were formed in 2006 as a partnership of healthcare providers, service care providers, educators, and community leaders who were interested in addressing issues of health in the Clinton County community. Over 15 years later, the coalition is still committed to making permanent changes by encouraging policy, systems, and environmental changes with a desire to always make the healthy choice the easy choice. Learn more at healthyclintoncounty.com. Along with Gene Kesterson, I'm John Herrick. for tonight's broadcast of high school volleyball on the ISC Sports Network. And first set, 25-9, pretty much well in control for Tri-West there, Gene. But then after Tri-West was up 9-1, good response there by Frankfort. They did have a 5-0 run going at one point before Tri-West closed it out. Much better effort from Frankfort in set 2. Now how do they build on that for set 3?
Well, they can continue what they're doing. They're staying aggressive. They're changing some tactics on the court. They're putting one blocker across, pulling the other people back. They're trying to hit the holes that are definitely holes with Tri-West. So they're changing a lot on the court on the fly, and it seems to be working. Their momentum was going the second set after the 9-1 lead. But the body language has changed a little bit. The speed with their playing has changed a little bit. And then Tri-West made some errors, a lot of hitting errors, some service errors that they didn't do as much in the set 1.
Morgan Adamson will start us off here for set 3 for Frankfort. She will be serving. Also, Tri-West has their libero out there, McKenna Hagmeyer on the back line. And we are underway in set 3. Frankfort's got to win this to extend it. And Elle Patterson with her 5th kill of the night, Gene.
Point, Tri-West.
Yeah.
That's how you say it. You know, we've been blessed to play against some kids that they were incredible high school athletes, high school volleyball players. You just go, okay, that was a great kill.
Yeah.
Okay, kids, let's go next point. Can't get it back. That was good.
Lainey Milborn just checked in for Tri-West. And back to serve is Hagmeyer. Adamson tries to set up Martinez. And DeBello tracks it down. Patterson goes with a drop shot, but picked up by Sterrett. Adamson sends it back. DeBello waiting for it. Patterson sends it wide, and we are tied at 1.
I really like what they're doing on Frankfurt's side. One blocker across. The other people are pulling off. The 2 wing people, instead of blocking, they're pulling off and covering for tips.
Trying to figure out their substitution here. Erica Pillion looks like she's about to check in for Emma Pillion. 2 sisters. Emma Pillion's a junior. Erica Pillion is a senior. And Erica is the server for Frankfort. Battle at the net. And Hagmeyer tries to set up Patterson and delivers for the Bruins.
That was a nice swing. The block was a little early there. But the setter is front row, so she's going to be, now she's back row. She is a little aggressive, not as aggressive as she probably could be with taking the second contact over. She has a great serve.
Lindsey Springer serves for Tri-West. Adamson tries to set up Martinez, and Martinez comes through for the kill for Frankfort.
That was nice. It's like we call that a back 2. We also call it an A. So that a good pass, set, hit combination, and knew exactly where to attack the ball. That was good.
Martinez serves, gets credit for the ace. I think Hagmeyer and Patterson got confused as to who might get it first, and Frankfort, for the first time tonight, has a lead. Didn't have a lead in set 1 or 2. They got down too far early, but now they lead here in set 3.
It's high school sports. High school sports in Indiana.
Where anything can happen.
And usually does. I've been on both sides of that scenario.
Danny Gabriel gets credit for the kill that time. Ava Keck checks in for Tri-West, and DeBello sits down. Patterson serves.
3 in the middle.
Martinez sends it to the back line where Springer was waiting on it. Sterrett pops it up, and Martinez has it again. Adamson. But Hagmeyer was right there waiting on it, and that one hits the net. Point goes to Frankfort.
I really like Addison. She's doing some stuff back row, front court, her serving, her leadership on the court. I really like what she's doing here.
Sydney Whitaker is serving for the Hot Dogs. Like a violation at the net on Tri-West, and Frankfort ups their lead to 5-3. And that prompts head coach Suzanne Maston for Tri-West to try to implore her team to shore things up here. But that one goes wide on the service error.
And that's okay. You got to serve aggressively. If you're serving weak to a good team, that's where you have those pound balls from your opponents. And so you need to serve aggressively, get them off the net a little bit. So at least they're not going to be in system.
Kate Eastman serves, but sends it out of bounds, and back-to-back service errors. Frankfort pushes their lead to 2. Pillion sisters swap. Emma Pillion comes in. Erica Pillion takes a seat and has a word with their head coach, Kia Rushton. Adamson is serving and hit Patterson just kind of in the shoulder. I don't think Patterson was expecting it. And Frankfort now leads 7-4.
Again, that serve with speed. If you can't receive serve, it's hard to score points.
Morgan Adamson serves yet again and gets an ace. 4 points in a row where Adamson has been the server.
She has deep serve with speed. She's got, if you can see, there's a little campfire right in the middle, that little area. That was a nice set.
That time they were waiting for it, but Tri-West, Danny Gabriel hit it way too hard and out. And what a job by Frankfort here. Since they were down in this set 2-1, they have outscored Tri-West 8-2.
Another ace.
Make it 9-2.
I think coach needs a timeout. Or this is interesting. Beginning of the season, I would let the kids figure that out a little bit. I will let the kids figure it out. Okay, she changed rotation, and so they're stacked left.
Morgan Adamson trying to get another ace.
Oh, that's hard.
Adamson hits it hard, but there's Patterson waiting for it. Trying to set up Keck with that, but Martinez got it. Starrett ends up hitting it right to Hagmeyer. Ball goes ricocheting off the net, out of play. Last touch by Tri-West, so Frankfort scores again.
That was a crazy shot. I mean, it's like, who knows this is going to go along?
How many volleyballs have you seen on a hit just skitter on the top of the net like that?
One. Just then.
Just then?
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about one other time you had seen that. I was like, okay.
Then.
And things just look out of sorts for Tri-West right now. Ava Keck with the right idea, but she hits it out. And Frankfort continues to build on that. This is their
it must have been a net violation.
Okay,
I missed that one.
All right, the net violation. So they got to fix the score. They had given credit to Frankfort. So it's actually 11-5.
That's called home court advantage.
Well, it's only an advantage if you get to keep it that way, but it's not. Now it's 11-6. Has 2 in a row now for Tri-West.
Yeah, ball didn't clear the net. Hit the tape and kind of rolled back down. But I like how both teams are making adjustments on serve receive.
Danny Gabriel is the server for Tri-West, and that goes off the fingertips of Frankfort's Emma Pillion. Some of the Tri-West fans down there were getting a little bit antsy. Now they've scored 3 in a row. Gabriel with the serve again. Adamson tried to go with that kind of push shot over, and Tri-West was in perfect position.
She was. I don't think that went where it was supposed to go, because if she put it like 8-foot line, she would have had a point. Or if the hitter was in the air, that was supposed to attack it.
Gabriel served again. Hit hard by Ava Keck. There's
great
Starrett. What a response there by Macy Starrett to knock it through, and it's 12-8, Frankfort's lead. So they've led by as many as 7. They bring back Justine Thomas.
That was a nice swing. Elbow was high, hit high extension. She's not a tall player, but hit a high extension. That's a tough serve.
Becca Van Slyke had to go all the way over to the line to pull back that one, and Adamson could not get it across as it goes off the top of the net, comes back down, 12-9 Frankfort.
She was trying to find the campfire. She was going to set it right over the net because the middle had released to attack to block her or something, but
Ashlyn
didn't get over.
Ashlyn DeBello back to serve.
Okay, out of rotation. So they're receiving serve with 2, it looks as if.
When they call that, what exactly are they looking for?
They're looking. Okay, so if you have to be in front or behind the person that's next to your rotation, you have to be between the 2 players that rotate after you or before you.
Okay.
So, and there's a lot of different ways. You just have to be behind the person or in front of the person, behind, and then to the left or to the right of the person.
You have to follow your rotation order properly.
You.
Okay, and they were not following that properly.
Apparently not.
Apparently not, yeah.
Because
first time we've seen that call tonight.
Yes, first time tonight. Because the coach is making some good adjustments. So they went from a 3-person serve receive to a 2-person serve receive. Okay, which means you get this half of the court, I get that half of the court. We had a kid that played at Penn State, and they had 2 people receiving serve all the time. They went to a 3-person serve receive now.
DeBello serving for the 5th time, and that is dropped in for a kill, beautifully executed by Becca Van Slyke, and we are tied at 12. So at one point it was 11-4 Frankfort, and Tri-West looked like they might go down 12-4, but then that point that was rewarded to them, mistakenly, and that's where momentum shifted, and now Tri-West has come back to tie this one. Tonight's broadcast brought to you by Endeavor Communications, business phone solutions. More than a phone system, Endeavor offers a hosted, unified communication solution that gives businesses the ability to be accessible anytime, anywhere, on any device. Find out more at weendeavor.com. Go ahead, Gene.
Okay, it's interesting. So we have a game to 13. Their setter, again, Adamson, is that correct?
Yeah, yes, Adamson. Mm-hmm.
Adamson. She's kind of taking control of the huddle. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. And that's what you want your quarterback. Your coach is saying something, but the quarterback who's going to be on the court to really take the lead in that situation. She was very animated.
Morgan Adamson, you can definitely see why, one of their 6 seniors. And she has been probably their catalyst all night. First set went to Tri-West, 25-9. Then second set, much more competitive, although Tri-West won it 25-17. And here we are in the third set. Frankfort led 11-4, and back comes Tri-West, outscoring them since then 8-1, prompting that Frankfort timeout. DeBello serving yet again. Patterson, but Adamson was waiting on that shot. Sterrett gets it back over, and that is in, so a point for Frankfort.
That's a tough shot to hit. You're outside the block, you're going to attack line, have it hit the line. So that's a great follow-through. So, John, do you play men's volleyball?
I have a few times, but I am not good at it.
Not yet. We'll work with you, honey.
Oh, you want to make me one of your projects? That's so kind of you. I don't know that that's going to work too well.
High school boys is growing rapidly.
No, it is.
It's the fastest growing sport for boys for high school levels in the country, and college as well.
It's funny you mentioned that. When I was I believe a senior at Roncalli, so that was 2006. I know I'm dating myself here.
You're a baby.
I think 2005 might have been the first year of the men's volleyball program at Roncalli, and it's only grown since then. And so I can't imagine how much men's volleyball has really grown by leaps and bounds across the state.
In fact, hopefully there'll be an emerging sport. They're in the process of applying for an emerging sport. Cathedral's had it since '94. It just changed kids' lives, and it helps us in practice because the guys help with the girls' team. Mm-hmm. They're managers, and so they jump and hit, so I don't have to anymore, which is good.
I think they mistakenly awarded that point there to Frankfort. It should be 13 all, I think. I don't know. because that last point went to Tri-West. They were down 13-12, but either way, Frankfort gets that one.
I think they have it right.
I think they have
Yes.
it right, where it's 14-13. Okay, yep, they got it right now.
We could probably call them or something, John, in case you want. Excuse me, score.
Yeah.
Or just yell scoreboard.
Well, they're way down here, so I'll just get one of those
Okay.
bull horns.
Oh, no. Okay.
Patterson's had some pretty good battles at the net with several Frankfort players. Isabella Colby at 5'11". You can tell why she plays up around the net. Had the right idea, but just ended up going off the side of her hand and out of play. Point for Tri-West. McKenna Hagmeyer goes back to serve for the Bruins.
Again, at this rotation, they're just putting one blocker across.
Takes a funny hop off the net, and that surprised Adamson, and then also in response surprised Isabella Colby as well. So sometimes you hit the ball on the net on the serve, you don't mean to, but then it works in your favor.
Well, and again, if you're Frankfurt, you just got to forget the last play. Forget your errors. I know that's hard to do, but think about the next play. Like that. There's the point.
And Sterrett gets credit for the kill for Frankfurt, getting them back within 2. Emma Pillion back to serve for Frankfurt. Here's Patterson. Hit it right off the chest of Pillion. She did all she could to get herself in position, but it hit her in such a way where she didn't have much to do with it.
Exactly. It came fast. It came really quick with it. So, but she was there. She read it well.
That's why Elle Patterson is a big part of this Tri-West offense, because she hits it hard, whether she's serving or they're trying to set her up for a kill at the net, which I think they're going to try to do here. Yep, Patterson. They tried all they could to get it back over. Adamson and Colby were both there. They both had a shot at it, but goes out of play. Point for Tri-West.
You just need to seal the net. Their hands were off the net a little bit. You want to block the ball on the other side of the net, if possible, with your armpits over the net. No, I'm not kidding. But no, you want to block the ball on their side.
Lindsay Springer, server for Tri-West. Adamson almost runs to the corner to track that one down. Patterson again, but Pillion there to wait on it. But it's Patterson that comes up with a key block at the net.
Look, Addison went. That was a great pass. That's a great pass. That's my fault. That's the leadership that's going to take you a little bit longer, long into the season.
Springer to serve again. Tony gets it on the back line for Frankfurt. Hagmeyer with that hit, but she unfortunately popped it up into an area where there just wasn't one of her teammates waiting for it.
No, there's that center line violation. Excuse me, apologize. You're not supposed to go over that. Danger, Will Robinson is what they said. But the passing, the serve receive for Frankfurt is much better than the first set. Their movement, their platform, again, their arms out, is much better.
Let's try West Susan Maston, their head coach, talking with their assistant, Megan Spoonamore, and the shot you saw before that. Yep, there they are again.
Setter's probably trying to be a little bit too aggressive. Actually, she has the ball. If she can dump it, take the ball, and just wrist away and push it back over her shoulder, that tip angle's open.
How important is it, Gene, to have just an assistant coach that's just does more than just coach? It's like they're your right-hand person. It's like, I feel like that's the relationship between these two.
Yes, you have to bounce stuff off. The assistant coach is calling the zone. She just called 5. Let's see where the ball went. Ball went perfectly to 5. That's good. So you can't track all of it.
Patterson tried to one-hand that and ends up knocking it out of play. Tri-West, again, at one point was down 11-4 in this set, so they have outscored Frankfort 17-12 since then to lead by 5. Frankfort trying to come up with one last rally. Again, they trailed 2-0. They need to win this one to extend this to a 4th set. That one hit out of play, so that is a point for Frankfort. Some Tri-West fans don't agree with the call. I know head coach Suzanne Maston for Tri-West does not agree with it. She's trying to plead her case to the official, but to no avail.
I don't agree with the call, but that's okay. Because the blocker's hands were up, but that's okay. We don't have instant replay here. which they do in most colleges. Just let it go. Next point. Okay, the lines judge closest to
he
Tri
just
West.
overruled, yeah.
Yes.
And now he's giving the point to Tri-West. And now that, as you might imagine, that does not make Frankfort coach Kia Rushton very happy.
Well, honestly, I played when there was an honor call, and you had to, if you touched the ball and it went out of bounds, you had to make the call. If you hit the net, you had to, they look at you, pointed at you, said, did you touch the net? And you had to say yes or no. And if you lied, it was Mick Haley, when he coached at Kellogg Community, that said, we're not going to do honor calls. He later became the Olympic coach, coached at Texas when they won a national championship, coached at USC. So he goes, no, they're paid. My kids aren't going to do that. I was like, no, you have to. It was an honor call way back in the early days of women's collegiate volleyball, AIW.
When did they get rid of that?
When Mick Haley got coaching, I think, at Texas.
Springer serves and gets the ace.
That was like it just dropped.
Rather Kate Eastman, that is. And now it's set point for Tri-West.
I did have a kid do that at State. Came over, Coach, I touched the ball. Oh, go tell her. So we lost that point. But
Eastman serves again.
There we go. Oh, that's good.
Adamson trying to keep her Frankfort hot dogs in this one. She sends it back over with the left hand. Popped up by Patterson.
Great hustle. Great hustle.
Adamson trying to set up Starrett this time, and Patterson's right there defensively. Eastman gets the kill to seal this one, and Tri-West takes this in 3 sets, knocking off Frankfort 25-9, 25-17, and now 25-16 to get their 10th win of the season and improve to 10-0. And Frankfort drops to 2-9. Our postgame show comes up when we come back on the ISC Sports Network and the Hot Dog Network.
Want lightning fast internet speeds? Choose Endeavor. Go from slow to whoa. From last to fast. And wait to great. Endeavor Communications is bringing the fastest internet speed in Indiana to your town. So you can download huge files in a flash. Stream videos at blazing speeds. And game online faster than you thought possible. Think fast and contact Endeavor Communications today at join.weendeavor.com.
Frankfort High School, home of the hot dogs. FHS provides a high-quality education in a newly renovated 282,000 square foot campus. We have 19-plus career pathways offered at FHS, including advanced manufacturing, business administration, engineering, health science, to name a few. FHS offers 10 advanced placement courses and 24-plus dual credit options. FHS boasts a proud tradition of theatrical performances, including 2 plays, a musical, and the local favorite, Big Broadcast. We are Frankfort High School, home of the hot dogs.
Our postgame show is brought to you by Ardente Dental. They offer high-tech dentistry with a personal touch. Their teams are all trained and knowledgeable in many areas of dentistry. They believe strongly in continuing education to provide their patients with the latest technology and techniques. They look forward to providing the highest quality of dentistry achievable not only for you, but your family and friends as well. Visit ardentedental.com for more information. Ardente Dental, healthy smiles start here. So Tri-West has been able to do this all season long, Gene, and they're 10-0. In all but one of their matches, they've won every one of them 3-0. The only time was when they played Chittard and they were taken to 5 sets, which they won 3-2. So Tri-West does what Tri-West has been doing, and that's a big reason why they're ranked 5th in Class 3A, just consistent, productive volleyball. But Frankfort is 2-9. However, as you can tell by the scores there on your screen, really made some strides throughout each set and took their first lead in set 3, and I think they've got something to build upon here.
They do. They just have to believe. I don't think on the set 1 they believed that, oh my gosh, this team's really good, and then they start in the fight. You get in the fight, you go, we can do this. Mm-hmm. We can beat, we can play you. You have holes. We can adjust. Frankfort did a lot of adjusting with their block and with their defense and serve receive. The coach and the kids responded. So that was a difference in sets 2 or 3, and I think that can take them a little bit longer. They just have to believe. because what we talked about at Cathedral is it's the next opponent. You don't worry about right now. It's the next opponent. So just what can we improve on? But when we left the gym, I always said, this is what we did really, really well, whether we won or lost.
And what do you think if you're Tri-West again? You won, but you probably still found some things to work on.
Yes, I think they're consistent with their serving. They had hitting errors, with there are times where they had one blocker up and they're hitting out. So there's some things you can always get better. I think they're going to need to. They're going to play some teams with some height. I don't think Frankfort had the height with the 6'3", 6'2" blockers at the net. That they're going to have to make some adjustments. So. If their goal, and they're good, but there are a lot of good teams. In Indiana, there are a lot of really, really good volleyball teams.
So there you have it. Tri-West wins it 3-0. This broadcast was a partnership between the Hot Dog Network and the ISC Sports Network. Big shout out to the student crew of Emily Flores, Jennifer Del Toro, Edwin Mejia, and Madison Cook. Thank you so much for your help tonight, guys. We definitely appreciate it. And for my partner, Gene Kesterson, I'm John Herrick saying so long from Case Arena. Tri-West your winner, 25-9, 25-17, and 25-16. You have been watching high school volleyball on the ISC Sports Network and the Hot Dog Network.